If you came up in the arcade during the 70s and the 80s, you more than likely probably appreciated the fun and the simplicity of the vector video game. You know, games like Asteroids, Star Castle, Lunar Lander, Tempest, Battlezone, just to name a few. Well, today on the X-Zone Retrocade, we're going to be talking about my personal favorite vector game. And no, it's not Star Wars, the arcade game. I know, shocker. We're talking about Space Duel today. So, put up 2 quarters, press 2 players. It's me and you right here on an all-new, the X-Zone Retrocade, starring New Wazi Wahaka Zabo now. That was over the top.
Insert coin.
Hi everybody, I'm HB Gibson. Welcome to an all-new episode of the X-Zone Retrocade. On the show, we talk about retro video games. Video games from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and we try not to go any further because then it wouldn't really be retro now, would it? But then again, there's a lot of great old video games to cover, so by the time I cover them all, the video games that were released in the 2000s will consider to be pretty retro. But then again, it is 2020, so video games that were released 20 years ago, which makes it 2000, yeah, I think we can go 2000s. Now, released in February of 1982, Space Duel can be considered a more colorful, psychedelic asteroids on steroids. Asteroids on steroids. That rhymes. Yes, it does. They both have steroids. Steroids. Yeah. Only this time the asteroids are replaced with more colorful geometric shapes like diamonds, cubes, and spinning wheels. There are a lot of targets in this game. So without any further ado, let's take a closer look at Space Duel. Now the player has 5 buttons to control his ship. 2 buttons to rotate the ship left and right, a fire button, a thrust button, and a shield button. And unlike his predecessors, Asteroids and Asteroids Deluxe, there are actually 2 sets of controllers for 2 players to play simultaneously.
After inserting the coin, a player is given 4 options. If only one player is playing, you have the option of using a single ship or dual ships tethered together by a line. If 2 players are playing, you have the option of playing alternately or playing simultaneously with each players tethered together by a line. By the way, playing with 2 players tethered together is a lot of fun because both players have to cooperate. Having 2 sets of controls on a single panel makes Space Duel the first multiplayer vector game. If 2 players are playing together simultaneously tethered together, if one of the player's ships gets destroyed, the other player is left to play alone for a few seconds until the other player is respawned. But if that same player's ship gets hit again, it'll cause a chain reaction which destroys the other ship.
Now, the first time I ever played Space Duel was in a wonderful little arcade that was located in a mini mall that was adjacent to the ShopRite in Hillside, New Jersey. I could still literally smell the Chinese food from the Chinese restaurant that was in that mini mall. The mini mall also had a video store. Yes, back when videos were on VHS. What's this? Platoon! Received Best Picture, an Academy Award for Best Picture. Platoon, yeah. What was Charlie Sheen and Willem Dafoe. Now, if you've never played Space Duel and you want to play it, it is available on the Atari Anthology, which is available for Windows, Xbox, PlayStation 2, and also included for PlayStation on the Atari Anthology Anniversary. Now, a little side note, a little trivia. A gentleman by the name of David Plummer holds the record for the highest points scored on Space Duel, a whopping 623,720 points. When did he have time to pee? That's it for now. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of the X-Zone Retrocade. I love talking about retro video games. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever played Space Duel? Yes? No? Maybe so? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Talk about it in the comments below. I'm HB Gibson. I love you to life, and I will see you next time. Game over.